Hey guys, Andrew McComb here, the founder and CEO of Outlier. In this Unleash Your Inner Outlier video lesson, I want to teach you how to overcome self-sabotage in your business by showing you an actual live coaching session with one of my clients, Katrina Benito from Kerala Connections, who's also been struggling with the same challenge, but who's now living their outlier life and business on a day-to-day basis. But before we start, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that I can notify you every time an inspiring new Outlier episode is released. And if you stick around until the end of this episode, I'm going to give you access to a free Unleash Your Inner Outlier strategy session, which will support you to get full clarity and direction around your unique gift, message, or calling, and give you a personalized plan that allows you to be true to yourself, turn it into a business, and live your dream on a day-to-day basis so that you can make a significant difference to the world. But for now, let's get into today's lesson. Okay, for those of you that are new to Outlier or the Outlier message, we have fundamentally two key messages at Outlier. The first one is that your ideal reality, be that your business or your life, already exists. And the only reason that you're not experiencing it is because you're not on the same wavelength or you're not resonating with it energetically. So what does that mean? Well, essentially, quantum physicists have shown that every single possibility exists at the same time. So therefore, your ideal reality actually exists right now. And if you're not resonating with it, what does that mean? It means essentially that your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs are not in alignment with that ideal reality. And so if you're not putting out an energetic vibration that's in alignment with it, then you're only ever going to attract to you the external reality that is in alignment with it. But I'm going to show you shortly. It's very quick, and you can get into alignment with it very quickly. The second philosophy we have is that feeling is healing, and that feelings just want to be felt. And they actually have a message for us. They're actually trying to help us. But what do most people do when they feel feelings, especially the negative ones? They don't want to touch them. They'll do everything they can to not feel them. They'll drink, they'll smoke, they'll do drugs, they'll have sex, they'll gamble, they'll do whatever it takes with social media, anything it can or they can to stop themselves feeling it. So what we do is we do the opposite. We encourage them to feel it. And when they tune into the feelings that are associated with the reality that they're currently feeling, the insights, the impulse, the wisdom starts coming up to guide them to do what it needs to be done to get in alignment with the ideal reality that they're choosing to experience or they want to experience. So without further ado, let's go and meet Katrina and put her through the Unleash Your Inner Outlier process and see what unfolds for her. Katrina, welcome to Outlier.
Thank you.
Now, you're in the middle of southern India at the moment. Tell us, what are you doing here?
Right, I run an Ayurveda and yoga retreat here in Varkala Beach, which is in the southern tip of India. And I've been running with my partner for 15 years.
Yeah, and so tell us, how's it going?
Well, we've struggled a lot due to COVID. We've been 2 years without basically any income or very little income. And we're in a dire situation at the moment. We've gone through all our savings, and we can last about another 8 to 12 months.
Okay, interesting. And it's interesting times, isn't it? So I've mentioned to you earlier, just before we jumped on the call, that we have a philosophy at Outlier that your external reality is a reflection of your internal. And I know right now it doesn't feel like that, obviously, because you've been through the whole world's been through the COVID scenario.
Yeah.
And you also talked about feeling as healing. So if we look at the concept that your ideal business already exists, can you tell us what that would look like?
My ideal business is what I had pre-COVID times. We had a thriving business. We do yoga and Ayurveda retreats. We do Ayurveda packages, teacher training courses, Ayurveda workshops. We'd have groups from all over the world. We'd host groups who'd bring their own teachers. We'd had travelers from all over the world meeting people on a daily basis from different parts, different cultures. We had a very good business before COVID. And we want to try and bring that business back to pre-COVID levels.
Very cool. Okay, so we already know it already exists, right? So when you, and you can see it in your body language when you talk about it, how does it feel for you when you even think about the ideal business for you?
I feel excited that in some ways it's like a rebirth. We're doing all the marketing now for the reopening in August when we reopen our resort to the general public. But it's also a big challenge because it's going to take months before people get to feel the security for traveling long distance.
Yeah.
Like most of our market is international. Our domestic market is very small. And 95% of our guests are international travelers. So we estimate that it's going to take at minimum 3 to 4 months before these travelers get the confidence to travel such long distances again.
Yeah. Okay. So the ideal makes you feel excited and it makes you feel reborn, so rejuvenated. So when you think about the challenge of COVID and the impact it's had on you, how would you describe that to the viewers?
COVID hit us very bad. We had to, all of a sudden on the 23rd of March 2020, it was lockdown, everything closed, and we couldn't open our business until December 2020. It was all restricted. In 2020, we opened for Christmas and New Year. We had very few guests. And then 2021, we had absolutely no guests at all. It was zero business. In late 2021, we managed to get a little business and we're slowly getting a little business back now, but it's very small. Our outgoings are much higher than our income and we're living off savings at the moment.
Yeah.
And those savings are running low.
So how would you feel? Like if you were to describe the feelings that you're going through right now, what would they be?
Stressed, worried, insecure, also motivated as well, but unsure of the future and where it's going to bring us.
Yeah. So the context of the show and the reason for you applying, I guess, to be on the show was around self-sabotage. Do you feel that that's got an element to do with this as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
When at the beginning of COVID, I was totally pessimistic. I thought this was like the end of our business. I thought our business would never survive. I had the intuition that it was going to go, not something short term. And I was right. It's been 2 years and it's still going on.
Yeah.
But I was totally pessimistic. I thought my business wouldn't survive. I didn't think financially we could cope. It's been a very, very hard struggle financially. We're now in the process of doing a crowdfunding campaign because we've run out of funds, basically. We don't have enough funds to survive to the end of the year.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
So it's a worrying time.
Okay, and I say awesome, not in a good way, obviously, but the good thing is, and I mentioned this to you before we started the call too, is a second part of our philosophy is feeling is healing, right? So I know you're feeling some pretty shitty feelings, and I know they're very much justified with the external reality that's going on for you. But I also talked about one of our key philosophies is those feelings have deeper insight for us that are actually trying to guide us to our ideal scenario. So why don't we put you through our Unleash Your Inner Outlier process now and just see if there's any wisdom that's sitting underneath that's actually going to be able to help you to get where you want to go. So if you can close your eyes for me, and I just want you to take 3 to 5 deep breaths, and then I'm just going to guide you through the process. And all I'm really doing, Katrina, is I'm guiding you to guide yourself. So your intuition, your deeper self, your inner self already knows. It knows everything essentially. It's connected to all time and space. So now we're just going to get you to tune in. So if you can tune in for me, and I want you to tune into these feelings that you mentioned in relation to your business and the stress that it's causing. And I want you to tune in somewhere in your body or in the room or even outside of the room. You'll intuitively know where that is where those feelings are. So where would that be for you?
So many feelings. There's too many to describe. It's just totally, it's like totally disorganized, my feelings. I can't even put them into words.
Yeah. Well, let's use disorganized as a starting point, hey? So just close your eyes for me, and I want you to keep your eyes shut. And the reason we do that is just so you can stay internal, okay? Where do you feel disorganized right now?
In my mind, I've got so many things going on at the same time that I can't seem to get I can't seem to organize my thoughts.
Brilliant. So what color do you see?
At the moment, I see black.
Yeah. What shape do you see?
I see a square.
What size is it?
It's equal square, equal sides.
Yeah.
It's like 4 by 4.
Yeah. What temperature is it?
It's hot. It's 30 degrees.
Yeah. And what texture is it?
It's thin.
Yeah. And what's the feeling associated?
Gloom.
Glue?
Yeah, like some apprehensive.
Perfect.
Be the word, I presume.
Perfect. So I want you to feel as apprehensive as you possibly can. All right. And I know it's counterintuitive because most people don't want to feel apprehensive, but I want you to feel it because, as I mentioned, feeling is healing. Our feelings are trying to help us. So what we're going to do today is counterintuitive, but we're going to tune in and just see what insight it has for you. So I want you to feel as apprehensive as you can. And if you were to rank the most apprehensive was 10 out of 10, what would it be on a scale of 0 to 10?
8.
Okay, so I want you to try and take nice deep breaths into your head for me, into your mind. Try and feel a 9 or even a 10 if you can. So allow it to come on and be felt even more. And feel it even more. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
What would it be now on a scale of 0 to 10?
It's 10. It's a 10.
Good. So just sit in it for me. Sounds crazy, but I just want you to sit in it. It's trying to help you.
Okay. Okay.
And usually apprehension, or well, let's call it, go straight to the point, fear is a feeling that comes on to stop us feeling another feeling. So is there another feeling it doesn't want you to feel right now?
Yeah.
What is it?
Feeling of unfulfillment.
Perfect. So I want you now to feel unfulfilled, okay? Where do you feel unfulfilled? Is it in the same place or has it moved?
It's at the same place.
All right. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how unfulfilled do you feel right now?
I feel like a 6.
All right. So I want you to bring it on even more and allow yourself to feel it. And I know you don't want to feel it, right? Because you associate meaning to it like we all do. But feelings don't mean anything, but we give them meaning. And that's why we often resist them, because we think it's going to mean that something's going to happen to stop us feeling fulfilled, right? So we go into, I don't want to feel unfulfilled, so I'll do everything I can to stop that. And sometimes it's just about acknowledging the feelings, and we'll soon see what insight or wisdom feeling unfulfilled actually has for you. So the more we can feel it, the more and quicker we can heal it. So I just want you to feel it for me and see if you can bring it on to a 7 or an 8 or even a 9. And often you'll find a memory will come up, or of a past event, or even a projected future event.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's happening? What is it? A memory, or is it a projected future event?
It's a memory. It's a memory.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Well, the memory is when we didn't know when the international borders were going to be open, that we thought that this would last much longer than it was going to last initially, and that we thought that we were going to have to close our business because we don't have a segment in the domestic market, and that caused a lot of despair, depression, and regret.
Cool. So just feel those for me: despair, depression, and regret. And remember, that was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And you're still in business, right? You're not out of business. Yeah. Okay. And things are looking up. They're about to open the borders again.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're 2 years. So I want you to go back in time 2 years subconsciously. Okay. And just be at that despair, that depression, and that regret. Just sit in it for me. Where do you feel that?
Uneasy. Very uneasy. Very unsure, uneasy, uncertainty. All very, very surreal, basically.
Yeah. So just feel it as much as you can. Where is it? Point to it for us. Is it in your head, or in your chest, or outside of your body? Where is it right now?
It's in my chest. It's in my chest.
Perfect. So even if you want to put your hand there, just so it gives you a reference, I just want you to take nice deep breaths into that area as you feel it. The key is feeling it, okay? Just feel it as much as you can. And I promise you it won't last long. And it's trying to help you, remember? So if we were to give it a voice, let's just call it uneasy, right? Uncertain. Let's just give it a voice. What would it want to say to you right now?
Don't give up. Keep looking forward. Keep going. You've got the strength. Try until your last bit of strength is run out. I don't want to give up. I want to fight.
Okay, how does it feel now? You've given it a voice. How does it feel?
It feels better. It feels a little better. The pressure is a little bit eased.
Perfect. So a scale of 0 to 10, what would it be?
I'd like to say 7.
Cool. So it's still there. So let's feel it even more.
Yeah.
Just breathe into it. It's just a vibration. Okay. It doesn't mean anything, but it had some great wisdom already for you, which is the opposite of how it was feeling, which is always the case. So it's trying to help you. It's trying to say, hang in there. We got this. Feel it even more. And see if any other memories come up, any other insights, any impulses, or any advice, any more advice. Is there one key thing that you need to do in order to keep going and be successful? Yes. What is that?
Yes, we need to increase our market segment in the domestic market. So if the international market doesn't rebound quickly, we have a fallback.
Okay, breathe into that. Great advice. And so I'm going to ask you even deeper question that you're asking uncertainty, because it's helping you, right? So what is the next thing I need to do to ensure we shore up the domestic market? And it would say what?
Improve our installations, make some modifications to the resort. So to attract domestic market. Because what the domestic tourists want and international tourists want are two different things.
Mhm.
And we have identified what they want, and we have to provide those services.
So is it pretty straightforward what you need to do in order to make those services?
Yeah, we already know what we need to do. We have a projected budget for what we need to do. We just need to obtain the funds.
Mhm. Okay, keep feeling it. How does it feel now on a scale of 0 to 10?
It's gone up to an 8.
Yeah, so you're feeling it even more.
Yeah.
Cool. So just sit in it, feel it, and just ask it, what else does it want to say?
It wants to let everyone know that India is finally reopening, and it's welcoming international tourists again. And we want to, well, actually, we have already done social media presentation of India reopening on the 27th of March. But we want to increase our following on social media so that people can connect directly with us.
Yeah. So if they wanted to do that, what's your handles on, say, your Facebook and your Instagram?
Yeah, we've got all that. It's Casa Valuna on Instagram and Casa Valuna, our yoga retreat, on Facebook.
Cool. So how do you feel now?
It's going up to a 9.
Yeah, so it's coming on even more. So just sit in it again, just feel it. Okay, so even though you're saying positive things, it's increasing, right? So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
increasing for a reason, and we just want to listen to it. And so I want you to tell me, what's the color of it now?
It's turning a lighter shade. It's coming to a gray color now. Excuse me.
Okay, so something just
Change
happened.
from black to gray.
Yeah.
It's
Something
turning
just
from
happened.
black to gray.
Yep. Katrina, something just happened. Your physical body just coughed, okay? Something changed for you at that moment. What happened?
I don't know. My breathing was interrupted.
Mm. So something, or physical body always gives us physical symptoms. So I'm asking that question because I've dealt with thousands of clients, and usually it's a chest thing. You're in the chest, right in the heart, and you're talking about something and it coughed. So often, sometimes it wants to say something or it's not saying something when that situation occurs. But it's not for me to say that. It's what does it represent for you?
The color, the feeling has slightly changed. The color is changing from black to a shade of gray.
Yeah.
I'm feeling in my chest it's easing up. My breathing is flowing. It's more calm now. I feel more calm.
Perfect. So I want you to feel even more calm, because this is the beautiful side of all of this. So underneath all of this unease, uncertainty, depression, regret, despair is calmness, right? This is where the wisdom hangs out. So I want you to feel as calm as you possibly can for me. And do you feel that in the chest or somewhere else?
I'm feeling it in the chest at the moment.
Cool. So I want you to bring it on even more. And I want you to expand it through your whole body for me. And I want you to send it out through the whole room. So remember, your ideal reality already exists. The only reason you're not observing it right now is because of limiting, conflicting thoughts, feelings, beliefs that are going on for you, right? And we've already identified some of those. Now you've got a feeling of calmness presenting itself. Your ideal reality, right? You've already talked about it before, had the feeling of excitement associated with it. So the more you can feel excited, the quicker you're going to attract the reality of this ideal business again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that's
Makes
the
sense.
wavelength of the business, makes you feel excited. And that's why you want this ideal business, to feel excited again. Okay, so out of the calmness, I want you to ask calm. Calm's a wise feeling. I want you to ask it, other than what I've already said, is there anything else I need to do in order to feel excited?
I need to get myself organized. My thoughts organized, mental organization, and daily organization with written tasks, to-do lists, pending lists, action lists, more organization, mental organization. I'm suffering from disorganized thoughts.
Yeah.
Too many thoughts are coming into my mind and they're totally unorganized. I need to organize them and implement a strategy for the forthcoming months.
Very good. So we started at disorganized. How do you feel now, knowing, let's say your future projector, you've started to do those to-do lists. How do you feel?
I feel better. I feel more calm.
Yeah. More organized?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so that's a business thing. Let's do a personal thing. So just so you feel excited, because there haven't been a lot of excitement, I'm assuming, for the last 2 years. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you've taken that
problem.
personally. So I want you to do, what is something internally? So I want you to ask calm that I can do personally that's going to allow me to feel more excited.
I can do personally. I think what I can do is give a voice to all my thoughts on social media. Express how I'm feeling to my customers, voice my thoughts to my customers, and show my enthusiasm through my through the thought of India opening, and to try and drive enthusiasm into my customers to return to India again.
Okay, how does that feel when you think about doing that?
It feels good. It feels exciting.
Very good. And your body tells me that. I can see it in your face, right? It changes.
Yeah.
So visualize that happening and just feel it as much as you can, because this is the quickest way for you to attract the ideal business, is to feel the feelings associated with that business as often as you can. All right. So we already know the clue. It's called, I need to feel excited as much as I can. So 2 things you can do: just tune into the feeling of excitement and feel it as much as you can, or you can do things that make you feel excited as often as you can.
Yeah.
All right. So you've already identified some of those things. Plus, you don't even need to do those things if you tune inward and just feel excited. And by natural law of resonance, your ideal business will start showing up very soon. Okay. And I can assume, and you could guarantee it for me, the last 2 years you haven't been feeling very excited, and therefore your business hasn't reflected it.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. So just keep breathing into excited for me. And then I want you to share with the viewers what you've learned about yourself today.
I've learned that I'm starting to feel again. I haven't felt excited for a while. The excitement, basically for the past 2 years, the excitement has been very low on my list. I'm starting to feel excited. I've started to feel excited since I found out the information about the borders reopening, and day by day that excitement has been building. It's now come to a level that I can see a future for my business, for myself, and the future looks good. It looks exciting. It looks intriguing. I don't know what it holds, but it looks positive.
Well, there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Unleash Your Inner Outlier lesson. As you can see by observing Katrina, what she originally thought was stopping the success of her business had nothing to do with it. And it wasn't until she actually tuned inward to start feeling the feelings that she was feeling did she actually get the insight or the truth around what was really affecting her success. And now that she's cleared it, her success is imminent. As promised earlier, if you resonate with this video and you'd like to get full clarity and direction around your unique gift, message, or calling, with a personalized plan that allows you to be true to yourself, turn it into a business and live your dream on a day-to-day basis so that you can make a significant difference to the world, then book in for your free Unleash Your Inner Outlier strategy session. All the sessions are performed on Zoom, meaning maximum convenience, so that you can be based anywhere in the world and in an environment that you're totally comfortable with. So if you're committed to finally living your outlier life and business, then click the link in the description below. And remember, if you've enjoyed this episode or you'd like to ask some questions, or maybe you've got a suggestion for another episode, then leave a like and a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And if you've got any friends, family members, or business colleagues who you think would benefit from this episode, hit the share buttons below as well. Thanks for watching, booking, sharing, and commenting, guys. I'm Andrew McCoo, and here's to living your outlier life outside of the comfort zone. I'll see you soon.